Hi, I'm Catherine. In this video, I'm going to show you how to tube feed a patient a bolus tube feeding recipe through the feeding tube. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what is in some of the processed commercial feeding tube formulas, so you can make a decision with your healthcare provider, your doctor or dietitian, on what is the best approach for you and your loved one. Just know what worked for my daughter when I started feeding her, switched her from this to homemade bolus blended recipes. So let's get started. What is in most commercial tube feeding recipes? Well, I'm just going to start with a couple on this video. And then this product, the first two ingredients are water, and the second one is corn maltodextrin. What is corn maltodextrin, you might ask? It's used in many processed foods. It's artificially produced white powder that can be made from any starch. Most are from corn, rice, potatoes, or wheat. It is used in prepared foods as a filler and to enhance texture. It acts as a thickening agent and increases its shelf life. You may be thinking that it's from corn, which is a plant, but it also is very highly processed. Also, corn is a genetically modified food crop. Corn maltodextrin does not provide any nutrients, only calories. Maltodextrin is less sweet than sugar, but maltodextrin has a glycemic index of 130, whereas table sugar is only 65. Because of its high glycemic index, it can spike blood sugar very quickly. Experts agree that most carbohydrates should be consumed as complex carbohydrates from such things as beans, whole grains, and vegetables that are rich in fiber, not foods that quickly raise your blood sugar. Having a stabilized blood sugar is very important to brain health. Maltodextrin also changes your gut bacteria in a way that makes you more prone and susceptible to disease. Because it suppresses the growth of probiotics in the digestive system, which is important to your immune system function, it also may cause allergic reactions and side effects. If all you could do is eat from tube feeding, which would you rather have? This or this, which is made up of fresh fruits and vegetables, along with a well-balanced diet. You may think that it doesn't matter because you're getting this food through your feeding tube, but the studies have shown that you can taste through burping. And which would you rather taste or smell? This, which smells really bad. It's kind of like having one of those big vitamins that you take in the morning and it keeps repeating on you all day, and has this awful taste in your mouth. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I have. It's not pleasant. Or this, which smells wonderful because it all beautifully fresh fruits and vegetables in it. I would prefer personally having that if I had a choice. And it's nice to have the patient involved in the food process also. Let them, know what they're getting, and they could smell it and realize that they're eating. Also, once I started feeding my daughter this, she didn't need any more medicine for her bowel program. She was going every day on her own because of all the fiber that's in this diet. She also stopped getting infections. She had been prone to every infection you can imagine when she was on this diet: MRSA, Pseudomonas, sepsis, bronchitis, pneumonia. And after I switched her over to plant-based diet, well-balanced plant-based diet, she stopped getting infections. She stopped getting sick. She also had many other changes, which I outline in my book, Better Brain Healing, Nutritional and Spiritual Healing for the Brain. And it's on my website, betterbrainhealing.com.
So Rachel has had a G-tube for 13 years now, and we've been eating the same food, or she's been eating, not we've been, she's been eating the same food for 13 years. So this is kind of exciting. First step though is, you can see the tube has got something in it, but we're going to take a 60cc syringe and take the lid off and insert it and do a pull back just to see if anything's in her stomach. And it looks like she does have food in there, or some liquid. So she doesn't need, she's not starving as I thought, but let me clean it out. So I'm going to take some water and flush that tube just to make sure it wasn't in the tube. I don't even hold, the thing just collapses in there. If her belly was full, it would come bubbling out. 60cc syringe, I'm going to insert it, and I'm going to do a pull back just to see if there's any residual. And there is some, but not enough to keep me from feeding her. So I'm going to put it back in and clean my syringe this time. Okay. So now I have this good, it's thin enough. It's thin enough. You can see it's been blended and pureed, so it's thin enough to be able to go through that tube easily. You don't want it too thick, because then it'll affect the tube long term. Okay. Here we go, Rachel. Good stuff. So I have 60 cc's. Oh, it smells good. Thank God it smells, Rachel. And in it goes. Going really slow. The plunger, this thing actually, it'll suck it in. You just have to, just a little bit of pressure. It's not a fast job, that's for sure. And that's what it's all about, right? That convenience. They just want you to be hooked up to a tube so it's convenient. You can walk away from it. But what, we should have timed this to see how long it actually takes. So that's 60 in. But it'd be like eating dinner. So I'm going to wait a few minutes and then I'll give her another 60. What do you think? The smell of it. It smells so good. Okay, so this flavor is blueberry, banana, apple, some oranges, spirulina, all the good stuff. I assure you none of that was in that other stuff that we were feeding you. Maybe some powder pea, maybe something powdery. I'm going to do a 60 flush. Now remember, my syringe has got that food in it, so it looks like I'm putting in dirty water, but it's fresh water in a blueberry syringe. Done. What do you think? Okay.
If you're considering starting a blenderized diet, check out all your options and talk to your doctor, nutritionist, or dietitian to find out what works best for you and your family. Thank you for watching, and God bless.